This is a Minecraft minifigure, and this is an upgraded mutant Minecraft minifigure, and in today's video, we'll be using a bunch of fake Lego to upgrade weak Lego Minecraft mobs to beat up Steve. We have fake Lego sets, original mock minifigures, and even some of the craziest Lego upgrades that you'll ever see, so you'll want to stick around to the end of the video. But first, you need to subscribe, and I gotta break it down. The Piglins are a weak mob that came out in the Minecraft movie sets, and when they tried to take over Steve's village, he beat them up super easily. So I'll be using a fake Lego to upgrade their army so then they can actually win the battle. Their new fake leader is now bigger, better, and definitely ready for action. This buildable Minecraft mob uses a bunch of insane building techniques and unique pieces to capture this insane look. Even all the details are fully printed onto the pieces and honestly just look amazing. I especially like how the head sculpt turned out. It's not only great looking, but it's also completely block accurate proportions, which is crazy. Now, not only does this guy look amazing, but he's also superposable, thankfully. His head can move up and down and even side to side. His arms are attached by studs so he can move them forward and back, and there's a weird side swivel because it's also attached to his stud. Furthermore, he can bend at the elbows and even can hold his battle axe. At the waist, he can crunch a bit forward and super far back. He can also kick forward and back, and he also has a small bend at the knee. With all this amazing articulation, you can get this figure into some really great poses, and now the Piglin army is strong enough to beat the heck out of Steve. Now, this minifigure was amazing, but it's going to be nothing compared to some of the insane minifigures shown in this video. Zombies are mobs that constantly get beat up by Steve, and all the zombies are sick of being losers. So they went to a pillager outpost to buy an illegal fake Lego potion to get their revenge. This fake mutant zombie looks phenomenal. Similar to the mutant Piglins, both of these guys seriously bulked up from their earlier official Lego forms, but the zombie takes a little bit of a different approach, still using the normal official head. I really like this new bulky look for the guy, but unfortunately his posability is just not so good. Because he doesn't have the same hip design as the Piglin, his legs are super stiff at the waist and he can only move at the knee. Because of this, he constantly falls over and can barely stand. Otherwise, he can crunch forward and back at the waist, move his arms up and down and side to side, with a bend at the elbow and a swivel at the neck. Because this guy can barely stand, we're gonna need to upgrade him further with some serious firepower so Steve doesn't just instantly defeat him. So he took some pieces from the creeper mech and designed these crazy arm cannons that can easily be attached to both sides of the figure, as well as this dual cannon that's actually attached to the back for some more serious firepower. And to make sure that the added weight doesn't make his stability issues even worse, I gave him some extra armor support around the ankles, so now he's able to destroy Steve. Creepers used to be Steve's worst nightmare, so we'll be using two of the craziest fake mutant creepers to create the ultimate upgrade. I did combine these two before, but this new creation will be 10 times more insane. Probably. Starting with the base, I went for a more spider creeper hybrid because the elongated legs just reminded me of a spider. Now that the base is done, I created two different designs for the front and back of the legs to capture the look that I wanted. Adding the original elongated neck didn't really feel like it suited the new mutant creeper, so I grabbed the upper body from the three-headed creeper and made some modifications to the arms and body, adding more different colored green plates and pieces. But putting it all together, it looked too similar to my old design, so I removed one of the arms to make it just more unsettling, and I changed the other arm to be a machine gun turret. Now that it's all together and completed, I like this custom mutant creeper far better than my earlier rushed rendition. The articulation for the creeper remains the same. It has hinges at all the knees, a minor swivel at the waist, a ball joint for the shoulders, a swivel at the middle of the head, and ball joints at the other two heads as well. Out of the three mobs that we just upgraded, this fake Lego design looks significantly better than any of them, and I honestly couldn't be happier. But from here on out, the mobs will only get bigger, better, and even crazier upgrades. Warden is one of the most strongest and most difficult mobs to defeat in Minecraft, but even Steve managed to get the upper hand and beat him up. So we'll be helping the Warden get his revenge by combining the real figure with this fake counterpart to create the ultimate final boss. And because AliExpress sent me the wrong thing. But regardless, our brand new mutant Warden figure looks significantly better than I expected. I tried a few different designs before landing on this one specifically. Most I scrapped because they were just too complicated and I couldn't get the extra pieces on such a short notice. The plan was always to create something that has some type of form of 4 arms and a huge mutant Warden, and that is exactly what we created. My favorite details that I implemented are the deep dark spike pieces on the shoulders, the extended upper body that has a shrieking in the middle of it. I was going for more of like a ghost freak tentacle looking thing, and you can also remove the plate and put a machine gun in the middle of his chest. Furthermore, this thing has pretty much the exact same articulation as the official, just with 2 extra arms, with ball joints at all 4 of the arms, ball joints at the head and a swivel at the waist, and the legs can also kick up and down. But overall, combining the two Wardens to upgrade them into a mutant Warden worked pretty well, and he's also able to beat up Steve. But now it's time for some insane fake Lego upgrades. So I ordered a giant fake Lego Iron Golem set to make him unstoppable, so let's get to building. Now that our giant fake Lego Iron Golem set came with more than just a huge brick built figure, it also came with a small skull shaped side build that's meant to hold his secret weapon, the Emerald Pickaxe, and also a few minifigures. Now this is actually an entire fake Lego line with a bunch more figures that also have these giant fake Lego weapons. And if any of you actually want to see me waste more money on fake Lego, just comment down below. The minifigures in this set are pretty amazing as well. It comes with a player skin with a mini Emerald Pickaxe that actually doesn't look like complete garbage, a drown that doesn't look that much worse from its official counterpart as well. Its plus side is that this super weird fake Lego Minecraft weapon. It looks like some type of scythe, but I'm not really that sure. But regardless, you don't care about that. You want to see this beefy boy. This guy is the size of 4 Steves and actually looks pretty good for unofficial Lego. Every single piece with extra detail is printed on, and it actually looks pretty amazing. If I ever decide to make a mock Iron Golem, I'll definitely be stripping this thing for parts. The face print is also great, although I do think it is just a little bit small. They could have just added one more plate just to make it a little bit bigger. The chest print is really well done, and there's also these L-shaped bricks that have amazing printing on the arms and the legs. Now, as amazing as this guy looks, the posability is kind of ass. And even worse, he's super floppy. But regardless, he has a swivel at the head, his arms can move up and down, he has a ball joint at the elbow and wrist, that doesn't really help with posability, a swivel at the waist, his legs can kick forward and back, he has a ball joint at the knee and the ankles as well. Now if his joints weren't super loose, you could get him into some really amazing poses, and it's unfortunate, but he can't even hold this battle axe properly, which does suck. But his horrible posability and stability won't stop him from beating up Steve. After being beat up by every single mob, Steve has had enough. So he travels to the pillager outpost, strikes a deal with the pillagers, and takes a forbidden fake Lego potion. Then suddenly... Now Steve is absolutely enormous, and also looks like complete garbage. This Steve minifigure that's in a huge mecha meat suit is the same horrible minifigure that we got in the creeper tank from last video, and it still looks just as crappy. But Steve's new beefy body looks pretty amazing. Fake Lego used some really interesting techniques to make this beefed up Steve so posable, especially with the legs, because they just look absolutely crazy. He even managed to include a studded Steve six-pack, so our boy is super jacked. His articulation is also the best out of all of the fake figures that we've reviewed so far, having a swivel at the head, ball joints at the shoulders and elbows, swivels at the wrist, individually articulated fingers, and a swivel at the waist. He does have ball joints at the hips and knees and ankles as well for his legs, but because of the weird design, his movement is seriously restricted. But otherwise, this fake Lego upgrade looks amazing. But Steve's armor is now just too small to fit him, and without any weapons or armor, it's going to be really hard for him to defeat any of the mutant mobs. So I stripped a bunch of parts from the creeper mech and creeper tank to further upgrade this Steve into his ultimate form. All these black shield plates will be used to replace the shirt pieces on his chest and shoulders to create some netherite armor, and I'll even be throwing in a fake netherite helmet on him. But now that he's fully protected, he's gonna need some serious firepower. So I created these dual shoulder cannons and this enormous machine gun that can both be easily attached to the back of Steve. For the machine gun, I needed to mod the front so then he can actually have a handle so it can peg directly into his hand and also attach onto his back. It does unfortunately limit the movement, but I do think that it still looks pretty cool. Now for the final touch, I took the battle axe from the original Iron Golem and modded the Steve's hand so then he can actually hold it without the thing constantly falling out. Now that Steve has been fully upgraded into his final form with all of his weapons, armor, and gadgets, he is prepared to destroy all of the mobs that beat his ass. Oh shit. Now I'd like to thank all of you guys so much for watching and subscribe because we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. And also I had to record all this audio while I was sick, so my voice just sounds horrible. So thank you guys so much for watching. AJ Bricks out.